when last time I interviewed Steiner, and he mentioned about something about that Glass Cathedral project. He mentioned that there's a quite resistance from local community before the projects. So how you been concerned about that?
Well, I think they collected signatures of people who were against it, and I think they collected 3,000 people who were against it.
Yeah, that's a rather big number.
And of course they wanted it to look exactly as it had looked when they were children, and the parents before them. It's a tradition to see the cathedrals and cathedral ruins, and they made walks and looked at it on Sundays. And of course it was free to look at it. It was not put into a glass thing. That was also people said that if you put this glass thing around it, it will cost money to look at it. Some people wanted to take away the ruins and rebuild the cathedral, not knowing perhaps that would cost $1 billion.
Just like Nidaros.
Yes. But and also antiquarians were discussing this. Some were for it and some were against. The Riksantikvaren wanted to go through with the project, and when it was finished, I think it did not take long time before everybody liked it. No more protests from the population of Hamar. And I used to say that even the person who protested most strongly, she had her daughter married inside the glass cathedral some years ago.
That's very interesting.
So all the protests just disappeared.
So how you concerned about this, these conflicts between, different opinions between experts and the regular people? Because if we look back from history, it is not that experts always right. Sometimes they went wrong as well.
Well, I think people now are more well educated. It's often that they discuss the expertise of at least people who are dealing with cultural history, but they never discuss the knowledge of their dentist.
Yeah, true.
I don't think people quite understood, even if we tried to give a lot of information about the status of the ruins, what was happening to them. They really didn't. They didn't take it in.
Yeah, true.
So it was nearly impossible for us to say that, well, okay, in 10 years they fall down. They didn't believe it.
Yeah, true.
But happily, once we had a journalist there, and suddenly the stone like this size just came down, and then the press started to understand.
Yeah.
So no, it was very difficult, and I gave lectures about it, and Ragnar Pedersen made lectures, and the Riksantikvaren told people about it, but it didn't sink in.
I think that communication must quite hard to at that time. But after the construction has finished, and it's almost all the resistance almost gone, right?
It's maybe it's 2 persons left. No, but people started to think it was quite beautiful, and it's very popular to go to concerts there.
Yeah, true.
And if you get some friends from abroad to come visiting, they always take them up there. And it's, of course, it's a very nice place to have weddings.
Yeah,
so
definitely. I think from view of architecture, I think it's definitely a very special church space, and
and the sound inside there is just like in the cathedral. The church music, it's always it's very beautiful to sing.
That's interesting. So, so how do you think about these popular ideas from museumology, that this eco museum, that to encourage local people to get involved the management of the museum? And do you think it's practical, or it's just an idea?
I think we have very little of that. We have once a year we have medieval festival, and then we have a lot of people who want to help us.
Yeah,
and we appreciate that, and they do, and they come and do some certain jobs. But in the rest of the museum, we don't involve the population. The museum has some friends, an organization of friends. They collect money to give to the museum, but they never take part in what we do, or not in the. We give them some lectures and things, but they never take part in the work.
Yeah. So what about the connection between museums and local communities? I mean, how the activities been involved from local community and the people, the local people. Like in China now we adopt some experience from Japan, and because in Japan the museum, archaeological site museums, they encourage the local people to get involved, to learn knowledge from the museum.
Yes, to learn, but not to take part in the excavations.
No, not like that. Yeah, just the arrange kids, small kids, to learn some the way of archaeology and things like that.
Yes, well, that we have also.
Yeah,
with a lot of groups from schools coming. They are writing some paper, and they come and ask questions, and they and we show them things, and so it's it's got a lot of that, and a lot of programs for school children.
Yeah.
Yes. And sometimes during the year, I, for example, have special lectures around in the museum, telling people about my excavations and things. That's more details than our usual guides can give.
Right, absolutely.
So,
that could be very interesting.
That's very popular.
Yeah,
and especially popular are if we have that kind of arrangement in late at night, at 10 o'clock in the evening, with only candlelights and things.
Yeah.
It's to walk down in the ruins and the medieval cellars and things. It's very popular.
Yeah.
In August, I think I had around 100 people, and it was very difficult to talk to all of them.
Yeah.
So it's very popular.
Yeah. So how many times of event like that? I mean, you mean this candlelight?
That's 2 times a year.
Yeah.
But,
It's in summer, right?
Late summer, because it has to get dark.
Yeah. Right. Right. True. So about this, from these different approaches of different conservation work, do you think it's also influenced by the changing of ideas on conservation?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Because you can see it's getting lighter, and the way involved that the architect had involved, and getting lighter and lighter, and I think it must something there. Yeah.
Yes. It's it's quite difficult to make architecture that doesn't kill the ruin.
Yeah.
Well, probably it's a ruin you should see, and not the architecture.
Yeah. Exactly. Just from that Han Yangling case I mentioned. Actually, I think that's also almost the first case that that the institution I've been working on that has to take care of this sort of topic. So I remember for the national level meeting, that at least there was about more than 20 times that you have to introduce your scheme to the jury, composed mainly by archaeologists, and at the beginning they always thought that we were doing too much, and we have to reduce those architectural approaches, and after this 20 times meeting, and finally there's almost nothing we can see from the outside, just the entrance.
Yes. Well, of course it's a problem with the cathedral that people can come and look at it from outside and say they've been there. But they so they don't have to pay if you see it from the outside.
Yeah.
But actually, when you get inside, it's a total different experience.
Yeah, true.
But there's a lot of buses coming here in the morning before we open.
Yeah.
They walk in and look from the outside and walk out again. So no, it's
Yeah, I think that's also kind of magic, from design. Yeah, sure.
But I think that also helps make all the people that were against it.
Mm-hmm.
They were afraid that they shouldn't see the ruins.
Yeah,
but they can see them.
mm.
But this, it's glass between them and the ruin. But
Yeah.
it's still possible to see it, to see the silhouette of the ruins. You can still see it.
Yeah, true. I think as I found from literature, this way of approach, the way of glass construction, it's even early. The design work was made even earlier than Louvre in Paris.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the glass pyramid in Louvre is some years older.
Yeah, but I think the year of design is earlier than Louvre,
Okay.
but the construction, it's been lasting too long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that I visited that glass pyramid in Louvre when my children were small, and my children were quite big when we built that one.
Oh, really? Then I have to check it out.
And I also remember that I used the glass pyramid as an argument.
Yeah.
Because people always said that, well, the glass up there, it will be dirty, it will become full of dust.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I told them that the glass pyramid in Paris, it's in a dirty city.
Mm.
It's actually, when you go up to it, you see it's full of dust.
Mm.
But if you go 50 meters back,
Yeah,
it's clear as crystal.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, have you heard? Do you know any clue of the shape? How that the shape for that glass cathedral carried out? I mean, why is that shape?
Because it more or less repeats the shape of the cathedral.
Mm.
Yes, and it also is, you can say, it underlines the shapes of the cathedral.
Yeah.
And when you get in, the glass structure really helps you to understand the shape of the cathedral.
Mm-hmm. See. Yeah, these are my questions today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it was very interesting, and I think I learned a lot.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is a small gift. This is some tea. My wife brought this summer from China.
Yes.
Yeah, and the one bag is for one teapot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
not for one glass.
Yes, yes, we drink a lot of tea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.